How long has it been since you felt something other than tired? Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes, the kind that sits in your chest when you wake up and stays there no matter what you do. At some point, you stopped trying to build a life and started just trying to get through each day without falling apart. That became the whole goal. Make it to tomorrow, handle the next crisis, keep breathing, and somewhere in all that fighting just to stay afloat, you forgot there was supposed to be more. But listen to me carefully. God never designed you to live permanently in emergency mode. That place of constant struggle, where every ounce of strength goes toward basic survival, that was supposed to be temporary shelter. A hard season, yes, but not your forever home. And if something has been stirring inside you lately, something restless and uncomfortable and impossible to ignore, you need to pay attention. Because what you are feeling might not be a problem. It might be God preparing you to leave the place that almost destroyed you. He does not transition His children without warning. Before any major shift, He sends signals. Things start feeling off. Old patterns stop working. The ground beneath your feet gets shaky. Not to harm you, but to loosen your grip on what you were never meant to hold on to forever. Here are 5 warnings that often come right before God pulls someone out of survival mode and into something they could not have imagined while they were drowning. Number 1, your old coping mechanisms have stopped delivering. Think about whatever you used to do when life got too heavy. That thing you reached for when you needed to feel okay again. Maybe it was a habit. Maybe it was a distraction. Maybe it was a place you went inside your own head where nothing could touch you. For years, that thing worked. It got you through nights you were not sure you would survive, but lately, it has lost its power. You go through the motions and come out feeling emptier than before. The relief you used to find there has evaporated, and now you are left wondering what happened. Did you break something? Is this punishment for depending on the wrong things? No. What is happening is that God is dismantling your emergency structures because you do not need them anymore. He is making the old ways unbearable, so you will finally let go of them. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, there is a season for everything under heaven. The season for those survival strategies has run its course. That emptiness you feel when you reach for them is not failure. It is God closing a door you would never have closed yourself. Number 2, people who felt like home now feel like strangers wearing familiar faces. Relationships you counted on for years have started feeling different. Not because anyone did anything wrong. Not because of some big argument or betrayal. Just this slow, creeping sense that you do not fit together the way you used to. Conversations take effort now. Being around certain people leaves you drained instead of filled. You catch yourself making excuses to avoid gatherings you used to enjoy, and you feel guilty about it. These people have been with you through hard times. What kind of person pulls away from those who showed up for them? But here is what is actually happening. Your soul is being resized for a new environment. Not everyone who helped you survive the wilderness is equipped to enter the promised land with you. That is not a judgment against them. It is just how seasons work. Proverbs 13:20 talks about becoming like the people you walk with. God is shifting your circle because where He is taking you requires different companions. The discomfort you feel around old connections is not ingratitude. It is realignment. Number 3, a restlessness has moved into your bones and refuses to leave. Nothing satisfies you anymore. Your job feels pointless even if nothing about it changed. Your routines feel suffocating even though they used to bring stability. You wake up in the morning with this gnawing sense that something needs to be different, but you cannot put your finger on what. People look at your life and see someone who should be content. But inside, you are crawling out of your skin. This feeling terrifies you because it seems ungrateful. You should be thankful for what you have. You should be happy with stability after everything you went through. What is wrong with you? Nothing is wrong with you. That restlessness is not a character flaw. It is a compass needle spinning because your true north has shifted. God plants divine dissatisfaction in us right before He moves us. That agitation is not random. Isaiah 43:18-19 speaks directly to this moment. Stop clinging to what was. Open your eyes to what I am doing now. Can you not see it beginning to sprout? That frustration with the status quo is your spirit recognizing a new thing before your circumstances catch up. Number 4, spiritual opposition has increased instead of decreased. You expected that getting closer to breakthrough would feel like relief. Instead, everything got harder. Temptations that you thought you had conquered came back with new strength. Discouragement hit from angles you never anticipated. Relationships got strained. Finances got tight. Your mind became a battlefield where peace seemed impossible to find. None of this makes sense. If God is about to move you forward, why does it feel like everything is pushing you back? Because the enemy sees promotions before we do. He recognizes when someone is about to step into greater purpose, and he throws everything he has at stopping it. James 1:2-4 makes an outrageous claim. Consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because testing develops perseverance, and perseverance must finish its work so you can become mature and complete. That intensified warfare is not evidence that you took a wrong turn. It is evidence that you are heading somewhere the darkness does not want you to reach. Number 5. A knowing has settled into your spirit that change is coming whether you feel ready or not. There is no logical reason for this feeling. Your circumstances have not shifted. No angel appeared with a message. No prophetic word came from someone you trust. But deep in a place you cannot fully access with your conscious mind, you know something is ending. Something else is beginning. You catch yourself thinking about the future with hope you had trained yourself to suppress. Possibilities you dismissed as unrealistic keep floating back to the surface. Part of you is afraid to trust this. Disappointment taught you to keep expectations low. What if you are just making things up because you want them to be true? But this knowing did not originate in your imagination. It came from the Spirit who lives inside you, the one connected to the Father who knows the end from the beginning. Hebrews 11:1 calls this faith, the substance of what you hope for, the evidence of what you cannot see yet. When God is about to shift everything, He often lets you sense it before any external confirmation arrives. That quiet certainty is a gift. Guard it. If you recognize yourself in these warnings, then understand what is happening to you right now. Survival mode is releasing its grip. The patterns that kept you alive in the crisis are being retired because the crisis is ending. You might grieve what you are leaving behind, even if what you are leaving behind was painful. That is normal. Familiarity has a strange power over us, even when familiarity was miserable. But grief does not mean you are making a mistake. It means you are human. And God is not asking you to pretend the transition is easy. He is asking you to trust that He would not unsettle you without purpose. Philippians 1-6 carries a promise that covers this entire journey. The one who started a good work in you is faithful to complete it. That work did not pause during your darkest seasons. It continued through them. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment you thought you could not take one more step, all of it was part of a process that is now entering a new phase. You survived what should have finished you. That was not luck, that was not coincidence. That was God keeping you for something your survival mode could never have achieved. And now, as the survival season closes, everything you endured is about to make sense in ways you could not have understood while you were in the middle of it. If this word landed somewhere deep in your spirit, leave a comment below saying, "I am ready." Declare it over yourself. Speak it into the atmosphere. Let it be your agreement with what God is already doing. And if you want more messages like this, content that meets you in your real battles and speaks truth anchored in Scripture, subscribe to this channel. There is more to come. I believe you are meant to find this for a reason.